All right, time to finish episode 3, one of the longest in the entire series, and most confusing too.
Oh, it's always like the episode 3 of all the games is always just a little bit more, or a lot of bit more, convoluted than the rest of the game, like by leagues and miles.
Yeah. We're gonna see this in a bit when we actually get into trial or episode 4. I also like how episode 3 just has nothing to do with the overarching story of the game.
Oh, it never does. It's always like tangentially related, but it's usually just some like whimsical side bit. It's like Phoenix and Maya going on a side quest.
It's like
to the movie set or the circus
or they're trying to make you forget
French restaurant. Like
they're trying to make you forget about like some of the details so that when they come up in the next episode, it's like whoa.
Yeah. At least this one actually has like some character development for Edgeworth in it.
That's true.
Spoilers, it has character development for Edgeworth, but whatever. Whatever. Some of you know what's coming. Some of you are fans and you already know what's coming.
Most of you are probably fans and you're like yelling every time I think about something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have to think about this decision, and then everyone's like, no, do the thing.
Oh, it's so obvious, though.
I've watched it 20 times. It's so obvious.
I have watched it 20 times. I don't think it's that obvious. I've watched some of these cases, and that's the only reason that I would know how to get through them otherwise. It, like, there's some leaps in logic, especially in the next game, that it's like, oh, no, yeah, you wouldn't get there without a little bit of help from the game prodding you in the right direction.
October 20th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. You know, reading out those, you really get to keep track of what courtrooms we're in. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. And I usually glaze over that. I'm just like, it's all the same. There's one courtroom. There's one lobby. It's fine.
I want to know the layout of this court. I guess we do figure that out a little bit in a later game, but not to a great degree.
Yeah. No. They skim over that.
They keep it a little vague.
For now, it's just like, you know, it's a building that changes its shape depending on our needs.
It's the building from Control.
Yeah, it's the oldest house. Yeah. Oh man, yes. I like this theory actually.
Oh, I hope we can find the janitor.
Yeah,
I'm sure he knows what's going on.
Oh no, dude, that's a DJ Stenographer.
DJ Stenographer.
It's Ati. Yes.
I have your music.
My God! By the way, anyone out there who hasn't like played Control or watched a playthrough of Control, like
go
what
watch
a wild and incredible game.
Go watch my stream. I streamed it. Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch Iain's stream of it. It's such a cool game. It's
pretty
absolutely
neat.
Wild.
I did turn up the accessibility controls because it was a little too hard for me, a non-gamer. But it was fun.
What a noob! What a lame-o noob! I mean, like. Playing a game for the story and just the enjoyment of it? No, you're supposed to suffer, Iain. God.
Exactly. That's true. It's so true. One of these days I'm gonna end up being forced to play Dark Souls, and I'm gonna make people very mad when I like install a mod to make it easier.
Dude, just play Elden Ring. It is way easier than Dark Souls, and in my opinion, just a way more fun and better game. Like I don't like Soulsborne games usually, but I love Elden Ring. So. You can take that, my word for that. It's, I'm not a masochistic gamer, but I really like Elden Ring.
Hell yeah.
No.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Are you done? Are you done, Maya and Phoenix?
Your Honor. I was just making sure that you knew to play Elden Ring, okay? Like, it's fantastic, and you hadn't played it yet.
Look, with all my cases, I don't have a whole lot of time. I gotta get to the good stuff. I can't be butting my head against.
In the back, just like I'm actually really glad that Mr. Wright wasn't playing Elden Ring while preparing for the case. Shut up, Will.
WP.
Shut up, WP. Yeah, that's right. We can't just call him Will. We have to call him WP.
Even though it's the same amount of syllables.
It's more syllables.
W.
Yeah. Even if you do the W, it's still more. Anyway.
W is 3 syllables. Duh, buh,
Sorry, Your Honor. Well, I'll shut up now.
Pow, pow.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are they done talking about other games?
Yes, the defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence, because that's the only thing we care about here is decisive evidence, not circumstantial.
When we're trying to, yes, except when it comes to just like making sure that somebody pays for the crime.
Yeah, the prosecution is allowed to make as much circumstantial evidence and speculation as possible, while the defense needs to have decisive evidence.
As is right and proper, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
Oh, that was a good fun. That was a good pun, Phoenix. Good pun. Good pun. Can you hear me thinking in the fucking gallery?
It's like Phoenix is just making puns for his own amusement.
Yep.
You may call your first
writes
witness.
Them down
Mr.
on
Edgeworth.
a piece of paper, hoping that they come up at some point. It's like I can't forget that one.
I'm gonna put this down in my journal. That is the game, I guess. The game is the journal, maybe. Who knows?
It just goes in the court record. It's Phoenix's pun list in the court record. The prosecution calls Ms. D. Vasquez to the stand.
You see, Mia has her lists of the number of people the witness has killed, and Phoenix has his list of puns.
Yes. That's the paper that he taps sometimes. It's just his list of puns. Just looking for one that he could use. Ms. D. Vasquez, is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 on in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Sorry.
You want to take an Elden Ring break?
I'm considering it. Let me just loosen my cravat so it stops strangling me. Now I'm less on edge, and we're fine.
All right, I'll cross that off my
Will the
pun
witness
list.
state her name and occupation?
D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios.
The one and only time Edge has gotten a straight answer for that question, I swear. Every time someone else is like, "You're not allowed to ask my name," he's like, "Oh my god." On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Wow, all right. This is my job, but all right.
My job is pontificating.
I guess I'm not allowed to do my job either today.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right.
I want blood.
If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak.
Right, because she's wearing a dress.
Yeah, no pants here. Day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Don't reference the Waffle House here. We found
I'm
Hammer's
too classy
body.
for that.
We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? What's a fatigue and what's a take? The van.
Your Honor, you should really read any part of that dictionary that I got you. You don't know basic words. It's a problem.
Well, every time I read it, I swear there's a new page added to it. He's just reading
Yes,
the
there's
same
more
page
than
over
one
and over
page
again.
in a book, Your Honor.
There's
That's
a
what
van.
differentiates it from a piece of paper.
There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with the monkey's head toppling over. Van added to the court record. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
It's Godzilla Final Wars for Ace Attorney fans.
Remember, it's just like in Elden Ring. You gotta be ready to dodge roll all the time.
Maybe later, Maya.
Maya just dodge rolling around the room to demonstrate.
Hold it! By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear.
What a queen.
Queen! Hold it. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a little bit more about that.
Objection. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation.
I did.
Stop interrupting the testimony.
We'll see about that. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears.
My desk is the standard size, I will have you know.
It's tiny. Just a little wee desk.
Now I want to see a miniature version of like the courtroom but it's still, everyone else is the same size, right? So it's like Phoenix and Edgeworth at preschooler desks. The judge is at like a tiny little podium, you know?
Edgeworth is slamming on the desk that's attached to his chair.
Yep. Phoenix slams the desk too. It's just both a tip, tip. Little tippy taps on the little desks.
Hold it! And what exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No.
The meeting ended at 4 o'clock, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5 o'clock. I would think it was between those times.
You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth.
Yes, but in a very eloquent way.
We're out here doing basic math. Hold it. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I
Right, do you
just
also
said.
need a dictionary?
It means what I just said. I have a dictionary right here. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh. Alright. Yeah, duh. Of course.
Yeah, no fucking shit. We went over this.
Hold it. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright.
This is when you remember that Edgeworth is just a Californian.
Yeah, I can't imagine him ever saying yeah. Every time I've seen this in the game, I'm just like, I can't imagine him saying yeah. It's not formal enough.
It's the Valley Girl in
Look at this man.
him.
Look at this man. Look at what he's wearing. That is not a man who says anything short of like yes or absolutely or like he would have to be.
He can only suppress the Valley Girl in him so much.
I want to see Edgeworth just take a day off of being formal and go full Valley Girl. Just like
Oh my gosh.
let his hair down a
Phoenix.
little bit. California, bro. Oops. I let the Valley Girl out.
It was a 15-minute break. T-bone steaks at the Waffle House.
No Waffle Houses. I hate the Waffle House.
Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else, maybe a Waffle House employee. One person is enough. No, it's not. Not if they're an accessory to murder.
That's true. It's like one person is enough. And if they were in league with you, doesn't fucking matter. Okay, I can attest that they weren't. So we're
if it was more
other.
than one, it would be a conspiracy.
Legitimately, though. I mean, okay, listen. The bigwigs were all there. They had to know. It's not
Right,
like
yeah.
It's not like murder just happened outside the trailer, and they were all just like, "What? Oh no, we completely oblivious to that." Like,
yeah. If she
as far as I'm concerned, they're all guilty.
True. Kill them.
Blood, 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 blood.
Blood. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything?
Yeah, it's the most spurious piece of evidence I have.
Fantastic. That's always the kind that works the best.
I kind of wish she'd said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere. And then we can get blood.
Blood, blood, blood.
Blood, blood. Blood for the blood god.
All right. So.
Okay. Yeah, so
it's the fucking plate. Even though it has nothing to do with the other plates that have nothing on them. But it's like, so you just have to remember.
You've got to remember that the plates there had nothing on them, and then present one of the plates that wasn't even there, that it was at the employee area.
And it doesn't have it written anywhere in here that's like, the ones in the other area had nothing on them.
Nope, so I hope you were paying attention.
Like, literally, they should have just made it a separate piece of evidence. Like, it should have been right here.
They could have just been like, empty plate.
Yeah, very strange that they decided to do it this way. Anyways.
Maybe they're
no
like
music.
not too obvious.
Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. And yet, but I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak?
You've never eaten meat in like the past decade. You're a full vegetarian now. I can just see it in you.
Well, yes, but I still know what a T-bone steak is. That does not make you an expert and me not one. I still know what a steak is.
Exactly my point. Remember, if you will. Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer, in an entirely different area, where the plates are different. Yet there were no bones left on the plates.
Image. There it is. Put
like
that
literally,
in evidence.
Put it in the evidence area.
Click that. Put it in evidence. Plates found outside of the Studio 2 trailer. Empty.
Like you clearly made a transparent PNG of the plates.
I know. You can even see the same stains on it from like the other plate. It's in the exact same arrangement. Like you went through all the effort. Just put it in the evidence log.
There were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Like this testimony. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone?
By being metal as hell.
I think I know how. Well, yeah, I just ate it and then threw the bone in the incinerator.
I know, it's so easy to just be like, I cleaned up the mess. I didn't want it to attract animals. I didn't want there to be raccoons. You know, like, it's so easy.
Funny. You ate the bone, too. You ate a boneless steak. No bones on these steaks.
No bones on these steaks.
No bones about it. You didn't eat a steak. You didn't eat a steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator, where you could have just put the bone.
Yep.
I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? exactly the thing that matches my idea of events.
Yeah.
Picking on
Although
salmonella.
I love the idea that she was just picking on salmonella, just like, you're really a terrible person.
I like
God, just such a rat of a human being.
So have you?
I dropped my fork. Pick it up. Like, you know.
Have you ever seen bluegrass cover albums? So like when
I don't
blue,
think so. I mean,
so there's this like whole genre of bluegrass players playing non-bluegrass songs in a bluegrass style.
I mean, that sounds awesome. I really enjoy bluegrass. So
It's really cool. Now what they usually do is they call it pickin' on. You know, like they're picking like a pick.
Oh, sure,
you know?
yeah, sure.
And so they'll do like picking on Led Zeppelin or whatever, picking on Metallica.
I like
So
that.
I like to imagine that it's picking on salmonella, and they're just doing Steel Samurai songs in a bluegrass style.
D Vasquez on the mandolin, you know, just tearing it up, Chris Steele style.
Anyways, we're meeting the Steel Samurai.
Yeah.
That was a lot of setup for a mildly funny joke.
A lot of setup for we didn't even pick that response, and we're getting back to the game now.
She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Honestly, I like jokes that have a lot of setup for a mediocre punchline, because then you can go and point out that it was a lot of setup, and that's funnier than anything you said.
Yeah, you guys are getting a little behind the screen look at comedy now. Yeah, you know.
I'm teaching you how to comedy.
Yeah.
Order.
These are lessons. This is education for all of you. It's not just entertainment. It is a learning experience.
Edutainment right here. We're intergaging.
Yeah.
Entertaining and engaging.
And making up words now, apparently. Unless is that an existing word? I thought
it's an existing word. If you are exactly
too ridiculous for
it's an existing word if you are exactly the guy who runs Garfield Eats.
So you didn't just make up that word on the spot. That's what I'm saying. Is that's a word that somebody put out into the world already.
Nathan Masri, I believe is his name, the guy who runs Garfield Eats, the Garfield pizza delivery app that is now defunct in favor of Scooby Eats, which is the same thing but for Scooby.
What world do you live in? I have never heard of any of these things.
Oh, they don't exist in anywhere except for like Vancouver and Saudi Arabia. Or was it somewhere else? It's some like it's literally like 2 places total. Like,
why do you know about this?
Because it's fucking insane. Because it's fucking insane.
You know what? That does happen sometimes.
And it's like it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I could do like a whole video on Garfield Eats, except everyone else has already done a video on Garfield Eats, so there's no point in me doing one.
I mean, apparently not everyone, because then I would have seen something about it.
Everyone, just go and watch Thought Slime's video. It was like several years ago now. Thought Slime's video on Garfield Eats, or the My Brother and Me segment on it.
All right, there you guys go. Something else for you to learn about that Jasper just is completely out of the loop on.
It's so fucking funny. Jim Davis will say yes to anything. It's incredible. I should ask him. I should like be like, I want to make the first Garfield VTuber. I'll be his new entrepreneur to make the first Garfield VTuber.
Oh my god. He probably would too. Yeah, you're right.
Would.
Okay.
He'll say yes to anything. I swear to God.
Yeah. It's worth a shot.
Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. Garfield Eats. As Miss Vasquez left her trailer to eat her Garfield pizza, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. She's got a
Man,
not
I can
grit
really go for some pizza now. Do you think we should order like some Garfield pizza?
She's got a not grit her teeth.
I like Scooby pizza more.
Up in the gallery.
I think the Scooby one. I think the Scooby, they were like literally just doing fucking like nonsense food for Scooby. Like it's just like, what? You're just using the same food that you did for the Garfield thing that made sense. You're doing pizza and lasagna, but then now you're just doing it for Scooby. What's going on here?
deep confusion. That's what's going on here. And money grabs, probably. I don't know.
Mr. Wright.
How about the judge here? He looks baffled.
Isn't that a little presumptuous? Who would order Garfield pizza this time of day?
Objection! Yes, who would order Garfield pizza this time of day? Also, what kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Guilty. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick. She's
Any
definitely
day.
smarter than you, so you're gonna need the luck.
Luck's my middle name.
Phoenix Luck Wright.
Might as well be.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yeah. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. I do not lift, bro. How could I possibly use that heavy weapon as a spear? I did this last time. What the fuck?
It's just this game. It changes you. It reaches inside your head and changes you.
And it makes you say heavy weapon as a spear.
Yeah.
Instead of heavy spear as a weapon.
I am heavy weapons guy. I am heavy weapons Vasquez.
Just like kitted out. Fuck.
Yeah. But okay, so while we're here though, let's just address for the fact that this was the first time we were going through this. It had been a little while for you since you'd seen a playthrough this case. So this was like the first point that we'd gotten to where you were actually like, okay, I gotta think this through rather than like rely on some figment of memory. And that was very fun. And I'm mad at the fucking computer software for depriving your audience of that, because it was great.
I literally just looked down to make sure it was still recording. Like as you're saying that.
We are traumatized, people. It is very
literally.
sad.
Once we get to the point where it crashed I'm pretty sure it crashed last time, I'm gonna be like looking and going like, is it still working?
I remember because Phoenix shouted something at that point.
Yeah, it was Phoenix
and
going,
it,
what?
Glitched out for a second on my end, and I was like, oh, that I made some joke about like Phoenix's bamboozlement, like glitching out the game for a second, and that was probably when it happened.
I'm like 99% sure that's what caused it to crash and then stop recording.
Yeah.
And then delete everything we had previously recorded.
Everyone,
when I was
just remember, just think in your minds, like imagine Iain very cunningly puzzling this out, because he did. No, not that. No, but he did. He puzzled it out.
I did.
I did not help them. They got through
a smarty.
It was great.
I was a smarty party over here.
So,
and what I was thinking then was that, obviously, the samurai spear is just like broken as hell, and I was like, well, obviously you could still use it even if it's broken by just holding the pointy end like a dagger, because that's the thing that people don't want you to know about spears, is that they're just daggers on stilts.
Yep, just tape a knife to a stick and you're done.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, yeah, I mean, you could still use it. So I was thinking like, it could be I think you could, or it could be you couldn't, could you? Because like you couldn't use it as a spear. You'd be using it as a dagger. That's actually not what the solution is, but it is. It got me to where I was going.
In the right direction. And I think then I said something about like, oh well then, but would she have been using it as a spear? And that, I think that was the only like hint that I gave you on that. So whatever.
I think you'd have a great deal of difficulty using it as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would.
Weird to do a retrospective on an episode that was never released.
Yes. It's also strange that like nobody can use this heavy ass spear because they made their prop spear like heavier than a real spear, I guess, because a real spear is not that heavy. It's wood.
It's supposed to be light. It's what
like
did they make
it's
this
long,
out of?
but it's wood. Like, are they making it out of fucking titanium?
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, and we're about to get to this, so whatever. The spear broke during like a rehearsal, so not only is it heavy, but apparently it is still fragile. How does that work?
They made it out of gold, so it's like heavy, but it's like it just bends.
Apparently,
It's made out of several layers of gold leaf. It's not even just straight up gold. It's just they layered gold leaf like paper mache.
See, this is why they really had to work hard to make sure that the Steel Samurai made money, is because they put all of their resources apparently into this
gold.
One prop, just making it gold for some reason. Salmonella's just like,
for money laundering.
No, it had to be gold.
It's for money laundering to hide Di Vasquez's mafia money.
We're putting it all together, folks. All the stuff the game doesn't tell us. We're laying it out for you now. All the subtext. You can trust us.
Anyone would. Ha. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Smug Phoenix Sprite.
Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. He feels smart right now.
Fair enough.
What?
For once, he is being smart. He actually got on the right path, and now he's walking it confidently.
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon.
You know what also was next to the victim's body? Hypothetically, was a stepladder. How do you know the stepladder wasn't used as a murder weapon, Your Honor? Maya just like, it's just a ladder, Nick.
It's just a ladder. It's just a ladder.
Maya, can we not do this right now?
Put your narrow-minded cultural assumptions aside. Anyways, the thing was broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could not be. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon.
But that is the murder weapon.
So-called murder weapon.
You can keep saying it. It doesn't make it any more accurate until I see evidence.
Not so fast.
All right, I'll slow down. Sorry.
Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. And she did it bad. She fixed it with duct tape. Oh yeah, that is actually literally what we're about to say, is that she fixed it bad.
Yeah, apparently, and Penny also says that she's not particularly good at like being crafty or handy with stuff like that. So I guess no one on this set is actually equipped to be the prop master.
They fired the prop guy after he made the samurai spear out of gold.
The studio is already in ruins. Yes. They were like, what the fuck is this? Get out of here.
What are you doing? That's like so much money.
This is my masterpiece. Don't get the fuck out of here. I don't know why he's Italian. I think that was Italian. I don't know.
He is actually Drew Masham, who will that's a reference for the fourth game. We'll get to him later, way later.
I've only heard the name, so okay. Phoenix, stop tapping your pun paper. We're getting to you. Don't worry.
He's very impatient about it.
I know.
I have so many puns to get to.
He's so mad at us. Look at his face. He's just like staring at us like, you guys, please, just let me finish a sentence.
Voice my line, please.
I'm begging you. I have no mouth and I must scream.
Phoenix is in a hell of our design.
Oh yeah, they all are. We are the true enemies in Ace Attorney. You and me.
Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this piece of shit through the chest?
Yeah, because apparently the costume is also made of gold, I guess. Like, once again, don't make your costumes difficult for your actors. Like, it's gonna suck anyway. Just don't do it.
It's like the the suits that the Russian nobility wore, where they would sew diamonds into the outfit for some reason, just to show how fucking rich they were.
Yeah.
And it works as it accidentally works as body armor. Like that's why that's why the killing of the Russian, like the Tsarist children was so brutal, because they were wearing fucking diamond body armor, so it took multiple shots to kill them.
Are you telling me they were playing Minecraft before there was Minecraft?
Yes, exactly. It was Minecraft
Diamond armor,
0.00002.
Oh my god.
Order, order.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
I'm driving at the Russian nobility was very stupid. But also...
All right, but can we... About the case, though. Think about what you're...
Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what hammer, or can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
It was a hammer, Your Honor.
It was a hammer! Sledgehammer!
It was not.
I could tell you.
Yeah.
Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
Yes, you would.
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well. Let's see what this murder weapon is, then.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh boy. It's time to pull out this piece of evidence.
Look at this photo. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. I love the face Vasquez has.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. This whole, every time there's a photo, oh, I'm just remembering too. He's holding an axe. Like we pointed out the first time. Everybody watch, the text box is there right now. But
what is
the dead
this?
dude is holding an axe. It's like in the hedge, so watch for it.
Why? That's Jack Hammer standing on the top of the stairs. It'll show it in a little bit here.
Yeah.
Order, order. If I cannot have ordered, this trial be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? Wait, that
was an option? We can just suspend the trial?
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. You know, if someone did, you know how they do those song things with Ace Attorney where they do like, you know, the Tell Me Why and stuff?
Yeah.
Where they use the animation. This would be what they use for photograph.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Look at this photograph, and you'd be doing that animation right there. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
By the way, for all of you that want more of that look at this photograph joke, don't worry. The next case, that will be one of the lines we say the most, unavoidably.
This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios.
What does this have to do with the current case?
I'm getting to that. Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? There he is, there's the axe.
Over here. What? Are you saying?
No. Yes. What happened 5 years ago?
There's the axe.
Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then, she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago!
Precisely.
It's a weird pause for my delivery. Thanks, text box.
Ironic, isn't it? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day.
That's not ironic. That's just mildly inconvenient.
Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff.
Apparently
you deny
not.
what
He
I say is
doesn't know
true.
the meaning of the word irony.
You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say Right, I forgot about this too.
Yeah, for the sake of argument. That's right, because we both had very different things pop into our head in the middle of this.
So, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Well. Oh, God.
And meanwhile, I went to a Cheek Face song. We don't have to repeat the whole thing.
yeah. Let's leave Ben Shapiro where he lies.
Yep. But do listen to Cheek Face. They're a great band.
Yet the body was found at Studio One, was it not? I have banished the Ben Shapiro from my body.
Well done. We
and
all
in the evil
appreciate it.
magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio One and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body?
The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio One and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way.
And she told us about it herself.
What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands?
Something that you might use if you were, say, fatigued.
For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Ugh. Interesting. Let's hear it then. She should stop clenching her teeth. It's bad for her.
It's very bad for her.
Mr. Wright?
I clench my teeth. It's not great.
Yeah. Please show us how she carried the body. Well, you know.
It's this lovely specimen of a van.
Salmonella's creeper van.
Yep, the platonic ideal of a creeper van, in fact.
Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio One. And you used the studio van to do it.
The creeper van, of course.
Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
You still alive over there?
You used the van to carry the body to Studio One. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume.
Objection! Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator?
Of course he was. Like, why wouldn't he be?
I'm just clarifying.
Of course Salmonella has to be a conspirator.
Want to try that one again, Wright?
Of course Salmonella has to have been a conspirator.
There you go.
Got it. Got it in two.
Nice work.
The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? So, what happens next? Don't me? Don't you have anything to say?
Don't question mark me.
What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? That was it.
And
that was
check
where
the
it crashed
recording.
before.
Yeah.
I'm checking it. No pause. There was no issue.
Okay,
Let's go,
we
baby.
Made it. We made it past the checkpoint.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're going.
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts.
Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly. It does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof.
Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify
What do we
again.
do? What do we do? Testify again.
I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? I might win? You'd ask the same questions and get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. To come so far, only to fail.
Holy shit, she's a really smart witness.
As it seems there are no further questions.
Man, some of the others could have totally gotten away if they just remembered to do shit like this instead of panicking and breaking down.
Mr. Red White's in the audience. Ooh, I should write this down.
Not taking notes. God damn it, why wasn't I this smart?
I should really pontificate on this further. This seems splendiferous.
Someone get him out of here. Isn't he supposed to be dead?
Ghost powers.
Oh no! Nobody channel Red White. No one deserves that.
As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez.
Objection!
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't.
Good. Good job. I see. Very well.
Objection! Your Honor, I've got it this time. I request that the witness testify again.
Hey, I did that. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness.
Yes, well, you kept telling me to shut up earlier, and I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see what we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
See, we didn't either, and yet we had to anyway because of the fucking stream getting...
Thank you, OBS. You're a perfect
Thanks,
program
OBS.
with no issues, ever. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes. Indeed. Verily, I say. Ergo...
Ipso facto sum.
I got it! I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body?
That is what I said, yes.
Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick? Why did Edgeworth...
Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that...
Edgeworth. The gay angst.
Edgeworth. Right.
After finding the body. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Simple enough. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now. I mean, she is tough. But if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Probably. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Gonna twist it. Let's everybody do the twist.
Do the twist.
Right. Let's twist again, like we did last summer. Okay. Press.
Maya wants her blood. Let's get it for her.
What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in the costumes, mind you. Press harder.
Press harder.
Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into the costumes? Is that not a perfect statement that has no possibility of being wrong? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy?
Destroyed.
Wrecked in the realm of facts and logic. There's still a little bit of Ben Shapiro in her.
Now I'm just imagining, the boy from God of War. D. Vasquez, voiced by Christopher Judge.
The witness will continue her testimony. And I will continue to press that testimony. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? We proved.
We proved that he did.
We proved that he did. Because he had fucking sleeping pills in him.
Yeah, also, listen, I'm just going to bring this up now because I kind of started thinking about it a bit more. The whole camera thing, right? Let's make one thing really clear about this. We saw the Steel Samurai go one direction through. We never saw the Steel Samurai come back. It should take pictures going both ways, correct? Correct? We can agree? All right.
True,
we
yeah.
also never had a picture of Jack Hammer going through, but he ended up over there somehow. Ergo, ipso facto sum, we should have known something was fucking off even without anything else to go by. The fucking, pictures don't add up even in terms of tracking movement back and forth.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about that.
Just nonsense.
End of rant. End of rant.
End of your rant, beginning of my rant.
Okay, you got this, Ian. Go.
So, this is the thing that drives me insane about Ace Attorney, and we have proved beyond a reasonable doubt that our guy could not have possibly done the murder. It is literally impossible for him to have done the murder. It doesn't matter who else did it.
It does not.
Our guy is innocent. The police now have to do their work to find some other stooge.
Yeah, can we just can this be a different trial now, please?
Literally should be a different trial. If you want me to take on the case of someone else, sure, I'll get more money for doing more trial work. But my guy is innocent. My guy is innocent beyond a reasonable doubt.
Well,
we have decisive proof that proves he did not do it.
And yet, if we were to somehow lose all of our health within the next however long this case goes, I'm pretty sure it would still be Will Powers, guilty.
Guilty, dead, fuck him, kill him.
Sorry, Phoenix, you couldn't point the finger at this. If people want Phoenix to stop being this last witness is the murderer, they need to just get rid of this rule where someone has to be the murderer. He probably wouldn't keep going at that point.
Exactly.
I mean, he might. He's pretty horny for justice, but
it would at least give him an opportunity to stop doing so.
Yeah.
Did no one go to call him? Remember what? Can't just say remember, motherfucker.
Yes, I can, motherfucker.
I can and will.
Boy.
Boy. Boy.
So many devastating ways to say boy to someone. Just
That's literally, like, that's why, like, you don't call, like, black people boy. Like, literally, it was one of the most racist things Southerners would do, is just, like, refer to them as boy instead of man. You know? Like, it's
I don't
like
live
literally
in the South. I didn't know that. Thank you for educating me.
yes, it's like literally what they would do. Like you would like instead of referring to someone as like Mr. or Doctor, you would just or like by their name
infantilize them. That's,
you would just call them
awful.
Boy. Yeah, no, it's terrible.
That's awful. However,
So,
calling a grown white man boy is pretty
it's
funny.
very funny. It's very funny. It's extremely funny. There was a dead body lying in front of us. You expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press. Always press. Always press.
Always press.
Unless you don't.
Yeah, unless it's Mo in the next game. But don't worry about that, everybody. That's a fever dream for a later time.
Wait a
A
second.
fever nightmare.
Shouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around. You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? Just like, no, that's just not true. This is a
Not
stretch.
necessarily. I
have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. Now, this part is just fucking wrong. He's huge.
yeah, he's huge, and everyone has said that he looks like particularly scary.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go back on that now and be like, oh no, he's very unobtrusive and he just sits in the corner and nobody looks at him. It's like, either he is scary or he is unnoticeable. Pick a lane, game.
We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. Also, he's like literally the lead of the show.
I know. How did you manage that? It's like, all right, do we have the person here that we're specifically shooting? No? Fuck.
What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was a silent. It was a silent hill. It was complete. It was silent. Completely.
It was silent as a hill. Completely silent.
So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene.
I'm gonna start saying that now. As silent as a hill instead of like silent as the grave.
Silent hill!
Just to see how people react to it if I like start describing things that way.
Sorry I'm late. Again, I don't do impressions. Then silence.
That's right.
Dead silence.
Silent as a hill.
Silent as a hill.
Silent as a hill.
Silence.
Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet?
Silent hill.
Oh yeah. Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'll put on a clown nose. Honk honk.
Okay, that didn't work. Put it away. They're all glaring.
Old bag. The security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it?
Miss Oldbag.
Miss Oldbag.
Miss Oldbag.
It, like immediately, it lost all meaning again. Immediately.
I know. That's. It's so easy.
She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Press harder. Press harder.
Press harder.
Press her up against the wall. Hard.
That sounds like a good way to get killed, actually.
Dead. It's like poison.
Listen, we have evidence at this point that I'm
Actually,
right.
Phoenix is pretty immune to poison. I don't know about that.
Arguably. Maybe?
Arguably, he's built up a tolerance.
He hasn't had that much. Just like, you know what he has? It's an immunity to eating glass, apparently. But never mind that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers solely on the security lady's words? Perhaps not. She seemed to also give the detective a photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, being the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer.
Or anything.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I love this. I just asked to be left out.
Yeah.
You asked to be left out?
Basically, yeah.
Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
Bitch, try me.
Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. Now, I've actually been thinking about this, and you could just say no. You could just say no.
Yeah.
When police are asking you questions, you could just say no.
Yeah. You ever
It's
heard
your
of
legal
the right
right
to remain silent? Like, it's just...
No, you do have to exercise that right. You can't just say, I'm going to skip town.
That's true. And you know, like, if you are called to the stand, like if a subpoena is issued, like that's a whole different...
Now, you can deny... You can just say no to being a witness. You can say I would like to not be a witness. But I would make sure you have like a lawyer go through all that shit. I am not a lawyer, and I've never claimed to be a lawyer, and will never be a lawyer.
Do not take any legal advice from us. We are not students of the law. We have some guesses, and largely we just know that this game is a little bit full of shit sometimes.
It is a little bit full of shit.
But who cares? The drama is great. The characters are hilarious, and
yeah,
you know.
You know, God willing, and the creek don't rise. I will never be a lawyer.
Yeah.
that is like a common track for historians, is like becoming a lawyer. I have no interest.
Yet. After this summer of justice, we'll see if you've changed your mind. Actually, Phoenix Wright is not the game to convince anyone to be a lawyer, now that I'm thinking about
That's
it.
True. That's literally true. It might convince you to be a prosecutor, but it won't convince you to be a lawyer.
Nope.
Also, this is no longer called Summer of Justice. I removed all that shit. We're firmly entering in the non-summer part of the year.
We are entering the autumn of justice.
Yeah, I just decided
the winter
to
of justice
remove,
and probably the spring of justice as well.
I just think it's already been done by the time you're watching this. Like it was a while ago. I changed this.
Okay.
But I just decided to clean up the thumbnail a little bit to make it a little bit more readable. And I also decided to just cut out the Summer of Justice because it's just not. It's not summer
happen.
Anymore.
Listen, no.
Well, it is still
We
summer
did our
right now
best.
as we're recording it. But
Yes.
as you're listening to this, it's probably like October.
Yeah, fuck no. Yeah. Maybe September. I don't know.
Did I read this line? I don't remember it. Thankfully, the studio thought otherwise.
Yeah. Whatever.
I think I did actually. Whatever.
Whatever.
They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Except I proved that you could be. You're the only ones who could have been involved. I proved beyond a reasonable doubt. We have a
Studio's just
fucking.
like, yeah, that's our bad.
We have decisive evidence.
We didn't know. Also, she's scary.
Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot writing on it with all those bigwigs in the meeting.
Oh.
I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning.
Phoenix, say this part out loud. That's like some
literally.
great motive shit. Like.
Literally. Well, I guess we'll press.
Yep.
The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to have rehearsal anything. I was under the impression we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I get... What? Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue.
Objection! Your Honor, really?
You're right. That makes no fucking sense.
Both of
Come
you.
on.
Really? I have an objection to the witness's last statement, and so should you.
Huh?
Think.
For once in your life.
For fucking once. Ms. Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Which is fucking obvious. Why am I the one that has to point this out?
Right? Order. Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to the defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this?
This is the least corrupt thing we've done so far.
No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal, which is also a completely different thing than what I actually said. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I mean, in fairness, she's handling it fairly well, so, like, if she were to just say, like, oh, I misspoke, whatever, like, she didn't freak out as much as some of the other witnesses did, so it's a lot more believable to just be like, oh, well, okay, yes, sure. The reason I didn't think this beforehand, blah, 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 like...
Yeah, she didn't go like...
She just made, like, a bit of, like, a, oh, shit face, and then she was like, yeah, it's fine. As opposed to, like...
Banging her head on the table.
Yeah, or, like, throwing her toupee that she doesn't have. Like, she just kept her cool about it.
Her breast falling out of her dress, Yep. Alright, I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Motherfucker, what the fuck do you mean? How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director.
You have to find something to peg this on her here.
Oh, I'm pegging.
Nick, talk about you and Edgeworth another time, or everything we've done until now have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. And I mean, deal with D. Vasquez, not Edgeworth. Not right now. Just please.
All right, let's. Okay. New information.
So she knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes. Yeah, like. Think about that sentence.
It's a very strange sentence. Now the problem is, what the I guess this photo does it.
I think it is. Yeah, it's that one.
Because it's here's the solution, audience. My dear audience. Hammer wasn't injured. It was Powers.
Yeah. And that is honestly like one of the more clever and easy things to miss in this case, I think, at this point in the game, is to be like, oh, I don't know what the answer to that is. You just have to remember which one is which.
Yeah, and this one actually makes sense instead of the other one where it's like, oh, I just don't have a picture for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's the Powers photo because it's
you're totally right.
Powers' question mark photo.
No, yeah, it's totally this one. And DJ stenographer Ati has our back again.
I need you to clean the back room.
Clog.
The clog. You knew that Hammers was injured, motherfucker? Don't you think that's a little funny? Funny hee hee ha ha ho ho? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. I don't have to. She has to explain herself.
Come on, guys. You can follow my logic here, right?
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person?
Because he's an idiot.
Miss Vasquez. You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember,
Keep up, Your Honor.
I just said this 5 seconds ago. Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too.
Again,
He was
photograph.
pretending to be Mr. Powers. Look at the photograph in your face. Ah! Get the
There
photograph
we
out of
go.
my face.
Just
Too close,
stuffs it
too
into
close.
his face.
And when was he doing this?
Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. And that's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb. Order. I will have order. No more rhubarbs.
Can we order some rhubarb? Witness.
You DoorDash that shit.
Can you refute this claim? Also, I would also like some rhubarb. Gonna make a pie later.
Yeah. Let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Ugh. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? Motherfucker.
What is
I go
Will's
back.
motive? Yeah.
What the fuck is Will Power's motive? What the fuck is his motive? He literally could not have done it, and he has no motive. She could have done it, and we're gonna prove she has a motive. It's literally insane.
Yeah. Case 3, rarely the strongest in any of the games as well. Usually the weakest. Maybe always the weakest, I'm not sure.
The only good thing to come out of this case is the Steel Samurai and his theme.
And Edgeworth's arc at the end of there's
Oh, yes.
We're gonna get to the payoff finally at the end of this, but yes, this case itself is a bit of a mess.
If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can. Oh, wait, that's probably the wrong one. I have proof and I'll show it to you. I'll prove to the court the evidence of Miss Vasquez.
Blah, 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 blah. Blackmail.
This is my proof.
You see, if
This
E equals MC
is-
squared, then QED.
This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change.
Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
I love this little duet they do.
I know. When they're working together, it's so cute.
Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives here, yet you've only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
It would be. Just got that look to her.
I collect useful men and useless women.
Oh, I mean, don't call Penny useless. Old bag.
Old bag. Mr. Wright. See that joke right there is for all the useless women in the audience who love being called useless women.
And you know what? We love you too. You don't have to have a use. That's a capitalistic myth. You're fine.
It is. You're not a tool. You're a human being. Please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Mr. Judge, she had no motive. I'm gonna shake my head about it.
Yep.
She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now?
What's that now?
Wait.
Whoever that was in the gallery, shut up. This is my time to talk.
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What?
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 Wait, that's you. Shit.
It's still
they tricked me.
Motherfucker.
They tricked me.
What?
They tricked me. No.
Oh no, she got tricked.
No. They tricked me.
They tricked her. Oh no.
No, Joker's twick. Your Honor.
Twicky.
Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Bah.
Shit, that was an antique.
Well, where you're going, you won't need that. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me.
Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Miss Vasquez.
What happened here?
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs.
Manuel!
Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
No! How could this?
It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and...
No. Manuel!
Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez.
No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Wow, we did that scene really good, actually.
We did.
We had a practice run through.
We did.
We were able to.
Yeah, because we actually knew whose lines were whose this time. There was no question about it.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever.
It's been 5 seconds. I just completely forgot what everything was going on.
Are you all right, Your Honor?
I'm literally a baby.
That explains a lot, actually.
Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor.
I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
True.
Truth. Except in this justice system, it is like a little bit of a miracle.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty.
Hooray! Yay! Yahoo!
Mario's in the audience, everyone.
That's true.
Yeah.
Charles Martinet, before retirement.
Is it Martinet or Martinet?
It's probably Martinet because he's fucking French.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucked up that Mario is French.
A little bit, but he does a great. Like you can't argue with the Charles Martinet voice though. It's iconic.
You can't argue with results.
No, you can't.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
You can. That's science, but it's just trying to argue with results to make sure they're the right one. But you know what? This is Phoenix Wright. I'm not going to get into serious scientific discussion. That is a recipe for disappointment.
Mm-hmm. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I now know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Ms. Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Tell me why. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Heartbreak.
Yeah, I got evidence. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because...
Ba-da-da-ding.
It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kid's show, and is the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time.
I'm not sure that that's like... So here's the thing. You think about like what Dee Vasquez said about Hammer having killed another co-star at some point, and like she had evidence that it wasn't an accident, and then he tried to frame another co-star while he tried to kill the woman that had been blackmailing him. I'm not sure that Jack Hammer was that great of a guy with that being the evidence stacked up against him. Like,
yeah, I think yeah.
We never met him, but like I have some concerns. Yeah.
Luckily he's dead.
Luckily he's dead. We don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume again. And... Is, something wrong?
No, of course not. Ah! Nick Edgeworth.
The front view always gets me.
I know.
He's not meant to be viewed from this angle.
That glare, though. Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk.
Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth.
You don't waste any time gloating, do you?
No. I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Liar!
Not a lie. Canonically. Canonically, I'm a giant nerd. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings.
He said the line!
He said the line! I love this so much. Oh my god.
This is the screenshot of all Ace Attorney.
Yep. This is it. This is the most important bit.
Is this and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. And
yep. Whoa,
and
spoilers.
I assure you it's quite based. I think those are the three. And that last one is only a recently one.
I don't know that one. I am really only familiar with the original series. I'm like Listen, I am very old school about Phoenix Wright. I really just know the original trilogy. I know like the first game of Investigations, and that's it. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be an experience.
I think I assure you, it's quite based. Comes from the fourth game.
Yeah, that makes sense as to why I wouldn't know it then.
But also, it only recently became popular because of the popularization of the based as part of linguistics.
Yeah. Here you go.
Unnecessary feelings?
Yes, unease and uncertainty.
Aren't those kind of necessary?
They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
If they did a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon out of Phoenix Wright, Edgeworth would be an Absol.
Yeah, he's edgy enough. He, you know...
Apropos of nothing, I just had to say that.
What color is the shiny Absol? And please tell me it's red. Like,
it literally is like a maroon, like his coat.
I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up right now.
It literally is like kind of maroon. It's red, but like a little bit maroon.
Shiny Absol is. Oh well, no, its coat is still white, but its face is the maroon.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it's real, everyone. Edgeworth's Pokemon is a shiny Absol. We have figured it out.
And then when he gets the fancier coat, he mega evolves.
Yeah. No, he started with the fancy coat then, though, and then he got rid of it.
He lost the Mega Stone.
Yeah.
He lost the Mega Stone.
I would say he grew up and stopped wearing the fucking stupid jacket. Don't get me wrong, Baby Edgeworth wearing the jacket is absolutely fantastic and iconic, but I'm really glad that he switched to just like classy suit coat and cravat. I think later in the series he gets glasses, right? Yeah.
I think Phoenix Wright would be a Cyndaquil.
Spiky.
Literally a blue hedgehog. Yeah.
It's too easy to compare him to Sonic, honestly.
It is. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. Clearly boyfriends. And rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? Rival boyfriends.
For now we are, I guess.
See? Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
What's the deal?
No, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Jerry Seinfeld.
Maya does have something to fear from Jerry Seinfeld.
Get the fuck out of here.
She's just his type. Young.
No. I will summon my sister and she will kick the shit out of you.
I'm not going to say anything about Edgeworth. And so the curtain closed. Another trial. Maya's in the
Phoenix
background.
running away while Maya's like chasing after Jerry Seinfeld to get him out of here. He's like, I'm just gonna sneak away.
I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again.
Penny convinced them.
Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're gonna watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
You can't remember her name? Come on, Maya. Fine, I'll do it.
Quarter? Dime?
Yeah, no, it's Courtney Dime.
Why did that work? How did that happen?
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. We stand a drag queen.
We do. I want to see Will Powers just in that outfit, no mask. I think he'd pull it off.
Hell yeah.
All right. Is the recording alive?
It's still there. It still says
yes.
recording.
Okay.
Just in case, though, I am going to save over this one.
Yes. Just going to keep alternating them, just in case.
Just got to keep alternating them.
Yep. Okay.
Another case done. We finished it. We did it.
We did it.
No more samurais for a while.
For at least a little while.
All right.
Until the next game.
Until the next game.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Why don't you like, share, subscribe, maybe ring the bell to get notifications. I also have Jasper here. Go follow Jasper. Where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm just getting started out in terms of all the streaming and YouTube stuff. But you can find me by looking up Mighty Nitty. Mighty spelled the way you'd expect. Nitty, Nitty, over on Twitch and YouTube.
Perfect. And you can
Maybe
find me...
there'll be something there eventually.
Well, I hope they go and check it out. And you can find me wherever I may roam. Thempire Iain, everywhere you know. You can also use my TCG Player affiliate link to get any single sealed product or accessories, all while supporting the channel at the same time. Join the Patreon, do all the wonderful things, and I'll see you next time. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful rest of whatever time it is for you. Bye!